Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a really great, exciting new blend for you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting the new year off with something a little bit strange, but I think it's fitting considering trying something new. I'm just realizing how distracting that glare is on my glasses, but oh well, no worries. So tonight I'm doing an herbal blend that I have never done before, I've never tasted before, but it smells incredible. Tonight's blend is Arabica lemon turmeric. And let me tell you guys, the smell alone has got me drooling. It's got a very lemony, citrusy smell to it, but it's I don't know, it's not very it's not very like overpowering. It smells like somebody just had some cleaning product, and it's just like that nice, refreshing, lemony kind of flavor to it. Kaylin, welcome. Znea, welcome. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take my first sip because I've never had. Hey, Ma, welcome. I've never had an Arabica tea before, so this is going to be very interesting. Right off the bat, it's just nice and aromatic. It smells incredible. Very light, very sweet, citrusy. It's really nice. And Gamer, welcome. I see you here on Twitch as well. But here we go. That is really nice. It tastes like a kind of lemon cake. There's a certain creaminess to it that is really telling. There's not a whole lot of different flavor. I mean, I would imagine that the turmeric would be a bit spicier, but at first glance, it's not like overpowering. Turmeric can be pretty strong at its core, especially when I've had it in, what was the other one? Turmeric Bliss, which is basically the orange flavored version of this. But this one is actually really nice. Now, the funny thing about Arabica is that is actually made from coffee leaves instead of tea leaves. So you're gonna have you're still gonna have some caffeine, but it's gonna be comparable to a cup of green tea rather than something that's like super duper potent. Coffee beans and like a cup of coffee is still going to be a lot stronger as far as caffeine content is concerned. Oh, that is really nice. Now the look of the blend is just beautiful. You can see it's extremely bright and vibrant. Let me see if I can pick out one of the Arabica leaves, because I've never gotten to see one before. Now, the Arabica leaf, you can tell it looks very, like it's already open wide. There's no curl, there's no close to it. Is Arabica leaf coffee? No, it is not. Coffee is from the bean. The Arabica leaf is from the coffee plant, but it's not actual coffee, and it doesn't taste anything like coffee. It doesn't have any bitterness. It doesn't have any. Jaren, welcome. It doesn't have any bitterness. It doesn't have any of the smokiness that coffee has. This one, it tastes just like a regular tea. It's just the leaf, you know. And like the lemon, I can feel it is already like soothing my throat. You know, it's very coating. There's a slight it's a quick burn. It's a quick burn tea. I'm not tasting much of the tea itself, but the lemon itself lingers. I am getting some of the turmeric. Turmeric tends to leave behind a trail, and after the tea itself is gone, the turmeric stays in its place and leaves like a coating of spice on my tongue. It's actually pretty pleasant. I would actually have this. I would try to make this iced. This is not sweetened, and it's not treated in any way. So I'm getting all the natural taste. It's hard because I've never had Arabica tea before. I don't know what it tastes like, so it's hard to pick apart the taste alone. And unfortunately, Adagio doesn't have any plain Arabica teas. But in this case, I'm getting a lot of the flavors. So what is in this tea? I'm glad you asked, said nobody. So let's see, it's got turmeric inclusion, Arabica tea, orange, ginger, lemongrass, peppercorn, natural lemon flavor, and marigold flowers. So there is actually no tea in it. That's why I refer to it as an herbal blend. But it's still, unlike a lot of different herbs, this is still caffeinated. So I wouldn't recommend it if you have any reaction to caffeine. Just because it's herbal doesn't mean it's not caffeinated. This is just a bit of an exception to the general rule. The taste is really, really nice. It's very soothing. And like I just had a nice big dinner. I feel it helping soothe my aching belly. It's nice and well flavored. What's the word? It's got kind of a bold taste, pretty strong, but not. It's not bitter. It's not astringent in any way. So I'm actually loving this blend quite a bit. So also I forgot to mention, all this month I will be doing Arabica teas. They have 4 different blends. I smelled each and every one of them, and they smell really, really nice. I started off with the lemon because I wanted to do something different. You know, starting the new year with something that I've never done before, because this is what the stream is about. It's all about it's all about exploration. It's all about finding new things and things that you can like and appreciate. So yeah, this is definitely something that I would drink again. I bought the 4-pack of samples, so in this case I'm going to have the regular one, but I'll eventually buy the 3-ounce packages in its time. So let's see what Sneha has to say. Always a big chunk of text. The leaves of the coffee tree, oh, excuse me, are plucked, then roasted, crumpled, cut, or ground into powder. Available to brew like you would your favorite herbals, loose leaf or in tea bags. Suggested steeping time is 5 minutes. Not to worry about over steeping. These leaves never get bitter. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Since it is an herb, it's not going to get that astringency. But I'm glad for that, because like a really good tea could get ruined very easily by over steeping it. Oh, wow, this is so nice. But these do have caffeine. Yeah, they have caffeine that's comparable to a cup of green tea. So you're gonna be a little bit hopped up, but that's okay. I mean, like if you're looking for something caffeinated first thing in the morning, then I would recommend something like this just to help wake you up. This will, because you're getting the caffeine and the flavor alongside it. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. And I'm already pretty whatsoever. I'm pretty convinced that the flavor is going to remain even from its hot temperature, cooling down to room temperature, which I might find out. I don't know, because I steep this at 212 degrees for 5 minutes. Sometimes it cools off in time by the end of the stream. Sometimes it doesn't, but that's okay. I mean, so far the flavor is holding up pretty well. Of course, it's nowhere close to room temperature yet, but in time it'll get there for sure. Oof, that's so delicious. So I wanted to, no, I'll save that for the announcements. I don't want to jump the gun here. I was going to talk about my new sweater, but I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. I'm so stuffed right now. Like, this is the way to go after a nice big meal. You got a nice cup of tea to like just relax you and keep you nice and toasty. Hey, this is the way to do it. Okay. Which country is this from? That is a good question. I don't know specifically because it's wherever coffee is grown. So, I mean, you'll probably get it in the tropics somewhere from Costa Rica, well, anywhere in South America, actually. In Africa, they have coffee farms. God, what are the tropics? I don't think they have it like around Hawaii or anything. I don't know if they grow coffee, but I mean, you can find this tea anywhere that coffee is grown. Which, I mean, like, I would imagine the best stuff would be in South America. But this one in particular, it doesn't say. Flavor profile would depend on the region, right? Yes, possibly. I mean, it would depend on a few things. I mean, flavor profiles for tea is not only affected by region, but also how it's oxidized. I don't know how Arabica leaves are oxidized per se, but that, I mean, that's something to look into for sure. As you said before, let me see, it was they're just roasted, crumpled, and put in. So yeah, I mean they're roasted and broken in this case, and I'm thinking more along the lines of like a white tea kind of process, because they don't look like these are black leaves. They still have quite a bit of green color in them. I don't want to drop it. But it's like, I don't know if you guys can tell over the camera, but there is like a bit of an olive kind of color. What was this? Health benefits made from the leaves, not the beans, of superior coffee Arabica plant. Coffee leaf tea is ultimate plant-based beverage with high amounts of antioxidants, fights disease, and higher than in true tea, plus health-giving polyphenols, gonna give you all of these scientific terms, magniferin and chlorogenic acids to help reduce inflammation and lower blood pressure. That's really interesting. I know that coffee in itself tends to lower blood pressure as well. So you'll get those kind of properties from the leaf, the plant itself, basically. So yeah, that's really interesting to know. Lord knows I can use my blood pressure. I can get my blood pressure lowered every so often. No, coffee increases blood pressure? I've always heard the opposite. Oh yeah, because of the caffeine. Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know then, because I mean, I've heard the opposite. I've never done the research myself, so I can't pretend to be an expert. But yeah, you learn something new every day. I mean, yeah, it makes sense that the caffeine would make it higher. So yeah, I yield. I yield my ignorance. But I mean, it makes sense. So, questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time. We're going to answer Teresa's question, as always, what would I pair this with? Being that it's a very citrusy, fruity kind of tea, it tastes really nice. So I would put this with anything that goes well with lemon. Maybe a fish or a pasta dish. Mostly something like a dessert. I would put this off with like maybe crackers. Well, cake. It tastes a lot like lemon cake. So maybe ice cream or something like this. I thoroughly enjoy this blend. And I just realized I forgot to do the Thomas taste. Because the Thomas taste is something that I don't want to forget in the upcoming 2021 streams. So here we go. When I do that, it's just intensifying the taste that's already there. I'm getting more of the lemon, more of the turmeric, but since I don't know what to look for yet for the Arabica, it's a little bit difficult to find it. I am getting this unusual texture across my tongue. It's kind of sort of slightly grainy. It's hard to find, but it's definitely there. It's very fine. There's a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a peach fuzz kind of deal. What is that? His blends, the health-giving. This blends the health-giving benefit. Always that Seymour. Okay. No! Okay. There we go. Okay. This blends the health-giving benefits of golden turmeric with this soft taste of coffee leaves. But I don't know what the coffee leaves taste like. With just a sparkle of spice, a wisp of zest. Excuse me. From sweet Meyer lemons, exceptional morning, noon, or evening. Yeah, it is a very delicious tasting tea. There's no disputing that. But I feel like I've tasted this before. I know for certain it's comparable to the lemon cream cake that I've had from the supermarket. I forget, what was it? I used to joke around and call it lemon pledge cake, but it's similar to that. It's got a nice zesty, citrusy flavor without the sourness of a lemon. So it's kind of like a lemonade. I'm really liking it though. Really, really smooth. And there's a certain ingrown kind of creaminess to it. And it's really it's starting to settle in. It's still a kind of quick burning tea, but the more you drink it, the more is left behind. So I think I'm getting a lot of the turmeric residue that doesn't wash all the way down on the first try. And then on top of that, you get, of course, the lemon flavor, which is still holding on. But this is really good tea. I would thoroughly recommend it. Okay, so we have reached the time for announcements, and this is the time I was a little bit excited for. Well, I'm a lot of bit excited. But yeah, check it out. New merch. I got community hooded sweatshirts. It just came in the other day, and it fits really well. I usually wear an extra large. It's super comfortable, super soft, and my wife wants to steal it right away. So I guess that's a tribute to something. But yeah, like this is gonna be on the it's gonna be on the catalog pretty soon, and I like it. You know, it feels really nice and comfortable. As far as other announcements, I don't have anything off the top of my head. We're still trying to get through the whole lockdown thing, so there's not really many events going on. I'm thinking about doing more virtual tea parties, of course. Um, there won't be anything tomorrow, but most likely the weekend after. All right. I think I'm gonna call it a little bit early this time around. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. This has been an incredible blend. I'm looking forward to next week where I will be continuing doing the Arabica teas, coffee leaves, Arabica teas. So in the meantime, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.